If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Jarell, and go ahead and check out the timestamps down below. This is going to be a little bit of a longer intro, and there is a really nice, beautiful announcement, so you might want to just stick around to this intro. I am in my old setup. I am super happy to be like this, just because this is one of my favorite setups that I have done in the history of my YouTube channel. I had to take my whole equipment to take pictures for my nephew graduation's party, so that is the reason why my equipment is not against the wall. Now, it's definitely not practical for me, just because it takes me about 45 minutes to set it up and 45 minutes to take it down, and I do have to take it down just because I do have a toddler and he will destroy everything. But anyway, I hope that you guys don't mind. I am going to try to keep it like this for a little while. I'm trying to find a place to put this equipment. Trust me, it's not easy when you have a small space, but I try to manage. All right, so let's go ahead and now get into the video. I am going to be reviewing the Quad from Pat McGrath. I do have 3 blushes and the highlighter to test, and I'm going to be swatching it on my skin as well, just in case you guys haven't seen enough videos yet, and hopefully you guys give it some love. I do have a special announcement, and that is that I'm going to be giving away the Quad and also the Divine Rose blush. I do have an extra one. I don't want to go through the hassle of returning it, just because I did order extra stuff by mistake, but I am so happy that I did that, because at the end of the day, I'd rather give it to you guys. I know that you guys love Pat McGrath just like I do, so all you have to do is just leave me your Instagram handle down below, like this video, comment down below with your Instagram handle. If you want to leave me an additional comment, that's amazing. And of course, you do have to follow me on Instagram as well, just because that is the way that I'm going to be communicating with you guys if you do win. This giveaway is going to be open for 1 week. Check down below in the description area, because I am going to add all of the details that you guys need to know in order for you to be able to participate in this giveaway. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. But before we do, please don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel, and of course you can also click on the little bell that will notify you whenever I upload a new video. And without further ado, let's get on to the video. So here we have all 3 blushes, and they retail for $29 each. They do have a shelf life of 36 months, which is pretty long, and they are made in Italy. We are going to start with a Divine Rose, because this is just a classic that we will always see in Pat McGrath Collection. So I don't have any powder on this side whatsoever. I do feel like the foundation is actually drying down, so it's not like a super hydrating foundation by any means. So I'm adding it directly to the skin, just like I've seen in Pat McGrath Instagram page. So let's go ahead and blend it out now, and I'm going to see if the foundation was actually removed. I am going to add a little bit of powder on this side right here, as I am trying another color, just because I want to make sure that it doesn't pull any of the foundation or the powder or anything like that. So I am just going to blend it out. Okay, I do see the blush, but it's not as pigmented as I thought it was going to be. So let's try to see if we can build it up a little bit more. And I apply a lot, so let's see if we can just tap it into place. This blush just is definitely disappearing from my face. Like, it's not super pigmented. It's not doing like anything special to my cheeks whatsoever. If you like something super natural like this, then you're going to enjoy this ones. But to be quite frank with you, I mean, they do retail for $29. The packaging is not as luxurious, but yet we're still paying $29. I mean, that is a lot of money. And to get this type of pigmentation, I don't know. I'm not 100% sold on it. So here we have Divine Rose, and you saw how much I applied. So I wasn't stingy with it. All right, so we have a Fleur, and I'm thinking that that's how you say it. I don't know. I'm probably butchering the name, and I do apologize for that. But here we have Fleur, and Fleur, I don't know. But anyways, here it is. And here is Divine Rose right next to it. And now that I have both of them swatched, you can see that there's not a huge difference from one to the other one. To be quite frank with you, I am a little upset at myself for getting these two, just because they are so close in shade. So here you can see the 2 different colors. This one is a Divine Rose, and this one is Fleur. And yeah, kind of the same, but not really. But yes. Anyway, let me go ahead and just swatch the deepest shade. I did add a little bit of this NARS powder on this side right here just to make sure that it's set, just to see if it actually makes a difference if you do have a set face versus a not set face, if it's going to work or just pulls your foundation and powder on. But I am going to use a brush. So I went ahead and cleaned my brush, and now I'm going to pick up some of the product instead of adding it directly to my face. And here is the shade. I'm going to just tap it in place very, very, very lightly. I'm not going to put too much pressure on it because I don't want any of the powders to be pulled off. All right, so here we have the two colors. Fleur Teak is on this side and Divine Rose is on this side. It's working just fine on top of powder. There is a little tiny piece of it missing right here, just a little bit of patchiness, just a little tiny bit. It's not too offensive, but you can see that the color is completely different from Divine Rose to comparing it to Fleur Teak. This one definitely does have a little bit more pigmentation on the skin, which is always good, but I am super upset at Divine Rose. I thought that it was going to be a little bit more punchier, but I feel like it just completely disappears. So let me clean the brush again and just apply it directly to the brush and do the same thing as I did here to see if that makes a difference. I do like this brush right here from It Cosmetics, and this is a collaboration with Ulta. If they do have it available, I will link it down below, just because it applies cream products so nicely. So I'm just trying to make sure that it doesn't have any pigmentation whatsoever. I'm going to take Divine Rose just like I did with the other blush, and we're going to apply it and see if that, okay, so that's the difference. You see, when you apply it directly to the face and then you try to blend it out, it disappears. Now that I did this, it's definitely going on a lot better, and it's showing up a lot better than what it was before. And now that I built it up 3 times, Divine Rose is actually looking pretty similar to this shade right here. So yeah, I mean, if you were looking into having one or the other, if you are a little bit more on the deeper skin tone, then you might want to go with a Fleur Teak instead of a Divine Rose. That's just my thought. It's the same. It's the same. All right, so here we have Divine Rose on this side with no powder, just foundation. And here we have Fleur Teak with powder on top of our foundation. All right, so I do have a Peach Lotus, and here is a swatch of it. I mean, you can see that it's much lighter comparing it to the other 2 shades. And now let's go ahead and move on to the quad that I didn't share with you guys. Here we have the box that it comes in. We've seen this packaging before, have we not? Or similar colors. Anyways, this is the Pat McGrath Labs Luxe Eyeshadow Quad. It's called the Passion Fleur, and it does have a shelf life of 12 months. It's made in the USA and imported ingredients. It does have a plastic right on top of it. This does retail for $62. It does have a mirror, and here are the 4 shades. Let me go ahead and just swatch them for you before I start with the eye makeup. So we do have 3 shades that are metallic and 1 that is matte. Here is the one that I already used. It's super, super, super beautiful. And here we have the other 2 metallic shades. And here we have the matte shade. So here we have the 4 shades in the quad. As you can see, they're really nice, rich and buttery. They look and they feel amazing when we are swatching it. I've already used these 2 shades on my sister just because I did do her makeup for my nephew's graduation party. But as you can see, the color story, it's really nice and cohesive. So let's go ahead and now create our first look on this eye. Taking the Refer 14 brush and this darker purpley shade, and we're going to just add it to the outer corner, and we're going to start blending it up and just shaping things up. I'm going to add it a little bit on my lower lashes, halfway, and with whatever is on the brush, I'm going to start bringing it in into my crease. I'm going to start building this color just to create a really nice definition on our crease. Just like that. And when you do not have a lot of product on your brush, I'm going to start blending it up. And to blend it even further, I'm going to take a clean brush like this with no extra product, and I'm just going to blend the edges. Now taking Rose Fire Glow with my finger, I'm just going to add that to our lid. Just going back with a plummy shade and just make sure that everything is nice and blended. So now taking a little brush like this, I am going to take this shade right here, which is called Skin Show Pink Dawn. I'm going to add it to the inner corner. I'm going to go back with the plummy shade. I'm just going to smoke it out on my lower lashes. To add this purple liner right on the waterline, but you can use whatever you have at home or just skip this altogether. Okay, and just like that, I'm going to clean up the area. I'm going to curl my lashes and add mascara and show you the final look right now. Alright guys, so on this eye we're going to do something super simple. Let's go ahead and start with this gold shade right here just to see how it actually looks on its own, and I'm just going to add it all over our eyelid. And this is like for a super quick, easy kind of look. So once you have the product on your eye, you're going to take a little bit more with a brush and you're just going to start blending the edges. I'm not taking it too high up, just really keeping it on the crease. And now using this little tiny brush, again, I'm going to go in with the plummy shade. And I'm going to add a little bit of definition right here, like I'm adding a wing liner. Just really blend it out, smoke it out, nothing to define. And just cleaning the fallout and defining it a little bit more with a wipe. You can use a Q-tip as well. And I'm going to use the same purple liner. I'm going to add it to my tie line on my bottom lashes, but going in only halfway and taking a little bit more of that plummy shade just to build up the color a little bit. So I cleaned up the same little tiny brush, and now I'm going to take the Skin Show Pink Dawn again and just adding it to the inner corner and just dragging it on our lower lashes to meet with the plummy shade. And I'm just dragging it up a little bit as well, just to meet with the shade that we have all over our lid, which is Sienna Moonlight. Super simple yet glam, really nice. So let me go ahead and just clean up, curl my lashes, add mascara, and show you the final look right now. Right, for these two looks, I'm going to add a little bit of Fleur Teak to the cheeks. All right, so let's go ahead and test out the highlighter with these two looks right here. This one is called the Skin Fetish Extreme Highlighter plus Balm Duo in Cyber Lotus, and it retails for $58, and it does have a shelf life of 18 months, and it's made in Italy. It does have a clear balm right here, and it does have one that is a little bit more colorful. I am going to just swatch it right here. Okay, so it does feel really nice and smooth on the skin, but there is a lot of glitter on it. So here is the balm side. It's just clear. I'm going to add this side right here to the tops of the cheeks. And I do have a little bit of powder set on my face, and I did use this one right here, which is the Laura Mercier translucent powder. This is the Real Flawless Luminous Reflecting Powder. Super lightweight. It's not a loose setting powder. So, I mean, it's working just fine. The foundation is fine. The powder is definitely not being pulled. There's no patchiness on it. My skin is looking super dewy. For sure, the highlighter looks really nice and reflective. If you like super in your face highlighters, then you're going to like this one, especially if you want it to be a little bit more balmy, because it's going to give you that hydration type of look, like your skin is nice and plump, you know, like really kind of wet look. Then this one is definitely going to be for you. But if you are not into that, if you do not like that balminess, that stickiness, that glossiness on your face, then stay away from this one for sure. It is really nice and pretty, and I did wanted to try it just because the color kind of attracted me. But yeah, definitely not a product that I see myself reaching for a lot. Adding a little bit of Divine Rose to the lips, and I'm going to add a little bit of a Peach Perversion to the lips. It's a lip gloss. Alright guys, so I was not able to use this blush right here, which is Peach Lotus. I just felt like it just didn't go with the looks. But you did get to see the swatches, which is always good. Here are the 2 looks that I created with this little quad from Pat McGrath. I wanted to create more looks. I really had all the intentions just to create one more look, but unfortunately it's not going to happen for this video. But I am going to create another shorts just to see how versatile this palette is. As you can see, it's already really versatile. I mean, this one looks super smoky, super in your face, very dramatic, and this one is like super wearable, really nice and easy for like every single day kind of look. But you let me know in the comment section down below if you guys already picked up this quad, and if you already have similar colors in your collection, then you don't have to get this palette whatsoever. Just use what you already have at home. But I am going to link everything down below. My links are affiliated, so I really do appreciate it whenever you guys use my links. I'm also trying to work on another video for creating more looks with the Cosmo palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, so that is definitely coming in your way. And I probably just do a little shorts using this quad right here from Pat McGrath and just creating more looks for you guys, just so you guys can have an idea. But that is always what I want to do. I just have to find the time for it. But anyways, let me go ahead and just back you guys up so I can tell you my overall thoughts on this collection. All right guys, so now that you guys are a little bit backed up, let's go ahead and talk about this collection and my first impressions, overall thoughts on this collection. And I do gotta say that if you are wanting to get a rosy kind of cool tone kind of shade, definitely go with Fleur versus Divine Rose. If you are lighter than my complexion, then definitely Divine Rose is going to work out for you. But if you are my complexion or a little bit deeper in complexion, then Fleur is definitely going to be your best friend. I don't think that you need both of them whatsoever, so please don't waste your money, because I'm just like a little sad. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little sad that I did have to buy those 2 right there, but this is part of what I do here on YouTube, and I wanted to test things out for you so you guys don't waste your money. But yeah, I'm looking forward to using Peach Lotus in a future video, because I know that this shade is going to be like super pretty for like every day, and I know that they are buildable. I mean, it takes you a little while to get there, but you can definitely build them up. All right guys, so when it comes to the highlighter, I do gotta say that the color is really nice and beautiful, especially if you are into like those rosy shades. If you want your highlighter to have like really nice reflective, then you are going to like this one, especially if you are into like those balmy shades like I've mentioned, like that glossy face, then you're going to really like it. But if you are not into any of that, then you can definitely skip it. It is very pricey for what it is, and in my humble opinion, I don't think that it's worth your money. So yeah, let's just leave it like that. Now, when it comes to the quad, I did not think that I was going to really like it this much. To be like super 100% with you guys, like I am always, but I just like to say that because I want to make sure that you know that I am keeping it 100% real with you guys. The colors, when you look at them, they do not look anything special whatsoever when it comes to like looking at them in the pan. I mean, they are just like regular metallic sheets. When you swatch them, that's when you really feel how creamy and beautiful and buttery they actually are. And when you apply it to the eyes, it's just, you know, very special. So very Pat McGrath for sure. Very nice on the eyes. I do like this eye so much because again, I am really into like my dramatic shades, but this eye, it's really nice and like super beautiful in my opinion. They perform really well. The plummy shade, which is this one right here that we have in the outer corners, you can definitely build it up. You can blend it out, so you can use it in a way that you can really add a lot of pigment definition to your eyes, or you can just use it to give you a little wash of color, which is always so good when it comes to matte eyeshadow. So yeah, those are my first impressions on this whole entire Pat McGrath collection. I do gotta say that it is really nice, but I hope that this video is helpful to you, just in case you wanted to either check out the blushes, the highlighter, the quad, or just have some idea of how they actually perform on the skin, and just creating 2 different looks. I hope that is definitely helpful for you guys, so you guys can make a good decision. But yeah, that is it, my friends. That is it for this video. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your love, your time, and support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you next time.